I did good for a while. I graduated from college, had a good job, but there was always something missing. And unfortunately, I tried to fill it with drugs. Had like 18 years of drug abuse, 10 years of heroin. Before I came into the Refuge, I honestly just wanted to die. I feel like I'd lost all hope.
Like I couldn't hold a job because I was drinking. I couldn't do this because I was drinking. And it got to the point that I got evicted from my house. I couldn't, I didn't have a place to stay. But at that point, I had exhausted, all my friends and family. They didn't want nothing to do with me because of the drinking. And I ended up homeless, living on the streets of Newark, Ohio, with no place to go. It was pretty rough.
We went through an eviction through my addiction, and so we ended up homeless, and my whole family got separated.
I caught a felony charge, got put on probation, ended up getting placed in jail about 9 times, and I lost hope. There was not much left.
The final rock bottom was losing custody of my kids and watching them cry after I would visit them and I would have to leave, and seeing the pain that I was causing them was the final straw.
My dad passed away, and that's when I became very angry and upset with God, and turned my back on him, and he let me go through some things to draw me back to him, and he used the Refuge to do that.
The first day that I tried to come in, I ended up leaving because I was a little overwhelmed and just, a culture shock really, so I left. And then a week later, it kept landing on my heart to come back, so something I think it was God telling me to come here.
The way that people treated you when you first got there, it was just amazing how they made you feel. It took me a little bit longer than that to finally get to the point that I broke down one day in Lancaster and bawled my eyes out the whole day out walking around.
So once I came to first phase, I started figuring out it wasn't about getting off drugs anymore. It was about changing everything about myself in order to live a new way of life.
I remember my coordinator at the time, Mike Saba, had said that he had been on heroin for 16 years. But I seen him have all this joy and peace and how happy he was. I just wanted that. I was like, hey, how can somebody that's been on drugs so long be this happy? There has to be something to this. So.
Within the first month there, I learned about Jesus Christ and what he has done for us. And once I started to believe in him, I found out by believing in him that his blood covers up my sins, so that when God looks down on me now, he doesn't see all the bad things that I've done. He sees his son, Jesus Christ, in me.
God took my guilt and shame and all the condemnation that I was carrying around and filled me with joy and peace, and completely changed my life.
It's just Jesus' grace, knowing that even when I was at my worst, he still loves me, and all that stuff's forgotten. It's just a chance to start over. No matter how many times I fall short, he's always faithful, always there to forgive me, and just unconditional love.
He took away my sins, and that I could forgive myself because he forgave me, and that he loved me, and that what I was going through, that his love was there for me no matter what I did.
Be the best father that I can possibly be, and to raise my son as a righteous man of God. So that's my number one. My number two is, I want to serve. I want to, share the gospel.
In John 14:6, Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through me. We talk about the refuge, and one of our sayings is Psalms 46:1. God is our refuge and strength, a helper who is always found in times of trouble.